Got ourselves Sorrow. Gonna be first up over the TM2 as a marksmanship hunter. I'm assuming with a name like Sorrow, Dark Ranger is a Dark Ranger with a Wailing Arrow versus a Void Queen of the bat, trying to see if he can just stabilize with a big rapid fire attack. Is that a mini Shaw? What is that thing? That little Shaw pet. What is that? Shaw of Anger, but like a mini version? It is. Where did you get that? Hold on, Sorrow getting hit with a fear. Might need to go for trick. It doesn't have a way to break out of fears, actually. Playing around the human racial, it is going to be a mind game. Needs to find a way to deal with this. Got himself a little survivability, but that mind game's not feeling good. That Exil is actually going to hurt you for a portion of it. Rapid fire back into Void Queen. Technically still has a decent bit of damage, but Mind Flame Sanities are going to be able to pierce if you can't interrupt those. It's going to be a light. Starclaw's up next. How many ferals do we got on team 2? That's quite a bit, actually. For Void Queen, not a great matchup whatsoever as a priest. It's going to be them double stuns out of the feral. Trinket really early, but Void Queen maybe looking at a disperse. Got himself a root onto Starclaw's. Interrupted and Holy. He's going to go for a disperse. That is full PI, though. Wanted to go aggressive versus the kitty cat, but unable to. And that's going to be Ursul's pulling you back in. You don't have a fear this time around. I don't know if there's anything you can do. Halo's out. Are you playing the Archon? Hold on. Halo might give you enough healing. Hold on. It does give you decent healing, but I don't think you can live through the Ferals, please. So that is rough. That is so rough. Warrior leaping in. Conan with an immediate stun. The earlier you can get on top of the Feral Druid, the better. Now is a perfect opportunity for you to do damage, but the wall out of the Feral is going to deny any burst out of Conan. Still got himself a big old Blade Storm and is able to at least remove any of the bleeds with that ahead of time. But already got a couple bleeds to intercept the Feral as the man is trying to cut across the pillar. The Conan actually waiting there for him was perfect. If you have another charge, as long as you have those charges, you might be all right. Big bite of the Feral Druid. You got yourself a bit of Reflect, which actually is helping to deal with that vine damage, if anything. It doesn't reflect the vines, I don't think. Or at least I don't think it can help you, really. But Stormbolt out of the Warrior, but I don't really know. Starclaw just need a couple more hits. And it might be lights for Conan. He does have a bit of healing as a Fury Warrior, just baseline. That's going to be a little bit of shielding as well. Got himself a Reflect. Doesn't have himself a charge. Is going to be reflected a root back at Starclaws, though. That could potentially give him an opportunity. He interrupted a cast and heal. Unless Starclaws has damage, he might actually be a little bit behind on damage right now, or at least on your resources. That's going to be the Warrior popping himself a bit more damage. Technically has a Trinket. Stormbolt for a second. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, the Warrior was so close. He just did one big execute, and it could have been over. Does Chicago give the Starclaws a chance? No, he doesn't. He's just getting in there. Got himself plenty of ghostos. Look at that. You got yourself a Fire Wolf. Wait, you got yourself trifecta. A fire, a snow, and a lightning wolf. All the triple elements. If you got an Alien Blast, that would be perfect right now, dude. That swirly of all these elements at once. I don't think you're playing Alien Blast, though. You might just be Lava Burst. But does he got a Feral with a couple of swipes in. Kineric, dude, from one Feral into the next. Bleeds on Chicago are still rolling from last Feral, and that's a second set of Feral bleeds on top of it. You having to pop wall immediately into a Counter-Strike Totem. If the Feral attacks you, that dot damage is going to reflect back. Chicago needs a lot of healing to lift this. Got yourself healing surges, but not a lot of mana or Maelstrom to work with. Mana plenty available. It looks like it's just enough to stabilize main for a moment. Does have the Counter-Strike Totem zapping at the Feral a little bit. He's going to go for full maim, full set of bleeds. Light the lasso by Chicago. Kineric with a Baraskin. Chicago needs a lot of healing right now. Sunder for a second while the totem is right next to you. Big shielding from the stone bulwark. That is going to provide him quite a bit of survivability. More wolves getting sent out. Kineric rooted for a second. Trying to see if he can play defensively Wall and Heart of the Wild. That's his biggest defenses out right there. So potentially Chicago could have a proper go. Next main by the Feral could be very deadly. Try to go for a knock. Still Feral able to sink in the bleeds. And I think the Feral just got to sink the bleeds and run. Just get out of there. Stand next to Counter-Strike Totem. That is going to zap you back for all the damage you do. Chicago has a bit of Maelstrom and mana in order to keep himself alive. The Totem's providing them a bit more shielding too. So at least the shielding helps with some of the bleed damage from the Feral. The periodic damage does get kind of countered. Kineric still got Heart of the Wild, so he's got himself plenty of survivability. Walking next to those totems, especially the big totem, will not feel good. Trinket for the lasso. And Chicago, both of them are kind of lowish, but Kineric, hold on, Root, Chicago breaks it immediately, cutting the Feral back towards the totems. Big zap available. Hold on, Baraskin out for Kineric. Does he have anything? Well, in bear form, he can't go aggressive. Try to go for a clone. That's gonna be, wait a second. That's a Searing Totem. He's just blasting you. I haven't seen Searing Totem shoot anybody in such a long while. It's like classic. What is this? Big Thunder. Oh, and Chicago taking down these Ferals. Oh, that is a rough one. These pharaohs are a menace. They are a threat. They even seen a few more nerves going forward very, very soon. But man, it's Chill Pills, I think, wants to give Chicago as much of an honor duel before. As soon as he sees their health full, it's like, all right, that's enough. Immediate stun, immediate bangers, immediate blitz. While available for Chicago, will not have the Bulwark Totem. May need a Bulwark Totem to live this, unless they have enough Maelstrom. Mana is kind of a low right now. It is going to get regened a little bit, little. Thunder into Chills needs that heal. I don't know what you can do in that situation. And the Riders take you out. It wasn't even Chill tanking you at the end. It's just the Riders finish it off. That is a lot, man. I was with some G Parasite Sport Juice. Yo, me too, man. Me too. I wish we could get my man Top G back in on these dudes, because that guy was a monster. Also, Parasite, he does pop in from time to time, but I think he's busy working on ults right now, you know, it's still pretty early into the season. So, I feel you, man, I feel ya. I feel ya. Frostfire, Frostmage, ooh, big fan. They are buffing it back up quite a bit very, very soon. A lot of those buffs were looking like buffs that were going to happen only during the PTR for 11:05, but it looks like they're bringing some of them really, really early. Silence on Fairlin with a stun to follow, and Fairlin I don't think is running normal Blink. I think they're playing around Shimmer. Ice Form is available, so they can't steal stun anymore. Quite a bit of damage over Chill Pills. Got himself a bit of that AMS. I don't know if it's his AMS or if it's an AMS from one of his riders, but that's going to force a block out of Fairlin because that just enough obliterates in order to be able to get those defenses. And Fairlin is the second to last left with Treasure Pile on standby. Might need to be the Treasure Dragon to take down the rest of them, dude. The big smog damage. First aid for Chills. So he's getting a lot of recovery with Fairlin sitting down for food, hoping for a trade. But Chills able to recover really quick and mount up and deny Fairlin any kind of healing. Try to go for a kick. Actually, Fairlin able to dodge it perfectly with a ray. I don't really know. I normally want to get a ray and chain together with a shatter ability, but maybe they were just trying to see if we can get a kick out of Chills and perfectly timed it. Flares are out, has Chills out in the open, no line of sight, so maybe that's exactly what they were looking for. Position to maybe knock Chills is actually going to blink instead. Silence for Chills, Fairlin has to go for a block. Might be a second block here potentially. Does get himself a reversal. Grip right after. Do they have any more damage? Got himself a bit of shielding, but that shielding gets burned through. Second shield, burned through instantly. Only 37% dampening, and Chills got himself plenty of damage. Morgan staring at him like, man, we just got to wait out the block. Yet another block, we gotta wait out. AMS for Chills. I don't really know if Fairlin can do anything here at this point. Unless, I mean, the AMS just gives him basically the freedom to do whatever he wants. Breath, but does go down to the dots. Playing the Rider build too. The more Riders he can have, the better. Treasure Pile gonna be up next as an Evoker. Playing the Devastation. He's gonna go for a big Shatter. Breath to follow on Chill Pills. IBF it out of it immediately. Dragon trying to get some mobility. You're just gonna try to see if he can back away with big Disintegrates. Those are at least fortified with IBF, so he's able to reverse them. But man, if the Dragon can give himself a couple of big Disintegrates, Root does not connect with Chills. Got himself a bit of casting. Might be a Trinket out of Treasure. Is going to be a stun for a second stun. Silence! Holy, hold on! Oh my! The Frost DK making a big return this way now, dude. Look at that! The Mega Blitz! Chicago snapping out the Pharaohs. Starclaws able to absolutely obliterate people with bleeds, however. Chills still able to come back and at higher dampening.